Guys, what is up and what is glorious? As y'all can see in live HD, it is your host with the most, Paul Plant 2, reminding you that Earth is my planet.
Earth is my planet.
And today's video is focused on making over this front portion of my elongated garden bed, but all with plants that I got in the clearance section at my local plant distributor, aka big box store, also known as Lowe's. So I didn't even intend on making this video today. However, I was at Lowe's looking for bags of mulch, and of course I had to peruse and stumbled my way into the clearance section, and I found a ton of plants for half off. So we're gonna go ahead and roll back the wheels of time, and I'm gonna show you guys what I saw at the Lowe's Garden Center and what I'm going to use to make over this entire section of my garden bed, all on a budget. So without further ado, like this video. Welcome to everyone who is a new subscriber, and to all my longtime subscribers, I thank you guys. You are appreciated. But let's get into Lowe's and start doing this makeover. All right guys, so here we are, man. Plant selections are happening. So I wasn't gonna make a video until I saw all these amazing plants for half off. Then I was like, why not do a half off garden upgrade extravaganza, all in the Lowe's clearance garden center section. So I'm gonna show you guys some of the things we got, and obviously I plant natives, so that means stuff that does naturally grow in this environment and does thrive. And if I see really big specimens for half off, just know I'm gonna grab them. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple of things I have in hand right now, and then I'm continue doing a little bit of shopping, and then we'll get to planting some of these bad boys. I'm blessed. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna do a little cart breakdown. I have this amazing crossvine, $30. It's gonna be $15 for me. I planted one previously and it's looking great, looking lovely. And for a specimen this large, that's a deal. I also found what appears to be this Satsuma mandarin that got snapped in half at the top, which is really good for me because the fact that it's snapped in half, people think obviously it's dead, but it's not. As y'all can see, it is shooting up new growth. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plant this dude and it will bush out in no time. Then we have some autumn sages, the hot pinks, another native species. And as y'all can see, this is actually the breakdown. So I'm getting this at $10, so it'll be $4. So that is beyond half off, which is nice. The blanket flowers are only $7, so they're gonna come in a little under half off at $4 a pop. And then I have this amazing salvia right here. This is a Proven Winners $20 salvia that is only gonna be $10 for me. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that dude in cart, but I'm gonna continue seeing what else they have in the half off department. All right, so check it out, man. Some more native species. They have some golden sphere coreopsi, $10. Perennials. They have some lantana camaras or cameras. Dope, that is not how it's pronounced. And then you have even more salvia. So I definitely can go in for the win with a bunch of these natives. So I'm getting really excited, really tempted. Look at this, Mirage Violet Autumn Sage, ooh, $10. And this dude is actually in flower. And what's crazy with the blanket flowers is that, yes, obviously the initial flowers were burnt out, but look, you have a bunch more coming in. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in on all these native perennials, add them to cart, and then we'll go ahead and do a huge landscape upgrade for next to nothing. Even if you're going food forest, they got olive trees. Yes, they are small for only half off. Sago palms. They have all types of guaras. These do grow amazingly. They get kind of big. You got bougainvilleas for $6. Decent size. They are a little thorny, but they're making me a little horny.
What?
But yeah, you also have house plants, man. You have these palm trees, big mandavillas. You even have pecan trees for half off. I'm thinking about grabbing this pecan tree because it is sprouting back to life, as y'all can see, and it's only $17. I mean, that is not bad for a nice little pecan, I tell you. But yeah, a nice little selection. Even little half off fiddle leaf figs, $15. Not too shabby for daddy. You could even plant one of these outside if you live in Florida. All right, guys, we are rolling out, and check how loaded we are, man. We have whole trays of blanket flowers and all types of different salvias. It's crazy. A couple fruit trees. We're getting it. All right, guys, so welcome back, man. We have the van all the way loaded up. So the first thing we need to do is unload this bad boy and absolutely drench these plants with water. I don't know how well they've been taken care of or not taken care of, so I just need to make sure they are nice and hydrated and have the best possibility of growth before I get them in the ground. So the first plants that we're gonna lay in the ground are actually gonna be all of these blanket flowers. Now these are native to the great state of Texas. I'm in Houston, zone 9. So I'm gonna throw all these guys in and they're gonna form a nice layer. So previously I planted a bunch of liatris bulbs around the edge of this brick garden enclosure. And now the second layer is going to consist of all of these blanket flowers. So I think it's gonna look super cool. So I'm gonna lay them out, get to planting, and drop some knowledge bombs about these dudes. Let's go. Okay, so first things first, I laid out all the blanket flowers where I wanted them to go, which obviously was in this nice semicircle ovular area. So I started digging holes with a pickaxe, and as I pulled these guys out, I saw they were extremely root bound, so I just had to pull the roots apart to give them the best chance of expanding into their soil surroundings. But the blanket flower is called the Gaillardia pulchella. Now this dude is native from South Dakota all the way to Louisiana, but you can grow it in zones 3 through 9. So that pretty much is everyone in the United States. It is more prevalent in the Southwest along roadsides, especially here in Texas. I see them everywhere. That's why I think this guy will definitely thrive in this environment. Now this may be a cultivar, I'm not sure. The labels were not included with these on sale plants, but they look super cool. They come back each year being a perennial. They prefer full sun. I'm very excited to see them grow out, and obviously the flowers will be stupendous when they pop. All right guys, fantabulous. So we have all the blanket flowers in the ground and they're gonna have a nice reddish orange color to them. So I figured to contrast that, and kind of on the opposite side of the color wheel are some deep violet purple. So we have this Violet Riot Color Spire by Proven Winners. I got 2 of these for 10 bucks. They get about 2 feet tall, so I figure I can put them right in the middle and I will see how they do. Now again, these guys like full sun. This is kind of like in a mostly full sun area, but not completely. So we're gonna go ahead and get these dudes in, and hopefully they do fill in with those bright purple spires and hopefully contrast the structure of the blanket flowers. So let's get these 2 guys in, and then we might throw a couple other salvias on opposite sides to form a nice kind of diamond pattern. So I cleared the area getting ready to plant the Salvia nemorosas. Now these are super popular, and their native range is actually in Central Europe to Western Asia, and these dudes are super easy to propagate and have amazing purple spires, and that is why I have to chunk them in the ground. They grow about 2 feet by 2 feet, and they do grow in zones 3 all the way to 8. I'm in zone 9, but I figure I would risk it for the damn biscuit with these guys. But y'all can see the foliage is already looking lovely, but I can't wait until it just blossoms and blooms with all the flowers. And they were on sale. All right, sweet. So we have the 2 Salvia nemorosas in the ground, and now to create that diamond pattern flanking either side, we're going to put in these other salvias, and these are called the Midnight Purple Salvias. Ooh, copywritten, baby. So yeah, we're gonna throw these 2 guys in along the sides just to create a nice purple flush of flowers. And yeah, we'll see how they do over time, but these guys already are popping with a couple little codeine color scheme flowers. So let's get these dudes in. All right, it's about that time, baby. We have the Salvia pratensis growing in the ground. This is another Central European native. It also grows in North Africa, and because of that, it can tolerate a ton of soil types. It can survive dry conditions, and it also is deer resistant. This is a zone 3 all the way through 8 plant. Again, I kind of am risking it in my zone in particular, but guess what? If something is that cheap, I will roll the dice. So I'm putting 3 of them in my side bed right now, just because I think it'll add a nice pop of color to this area, and I just want to see how this plant performs in different spots of the garden. Now when it's all said and done, these guys already are looking lovely, but just give it time, man, and once they continue to fill in and grow to their 2 foot by 2 foot potential, it's gonna be nutty. Believe that. All right, splendid. So we have the salvias in the ground, and now the next plant we're gonna throw in is a Russian sage. Now I saw this dude growing in Cincinnati, and it is a deciduous plant. However, this thing can flower like no other. Truly amazing indigo purplish flowers that pollinators absolutely love. So this dude does get 3 feet by 3 feet, so it's gonna hold it down right behind all the salvias that I previously planted. Obviously, if it's a Russian sage, this dude is not native to the US. However, it still provides amazing benefits, and even the color is eccentric. So let's get this dude in, and I cannot wait to see this young Russian sage grow. All right, this is the Pervoskia triplicifolia. Oh my God, what a tongue twister. But it's going front and center in this area of the garden bed because it can grow 3 feet by 3 feet, take up a large amount of space, but it is super drought tolerant, which is amazing. It grows in zones 4 all the way through 9. So this is a versatile plant that you're gonna see pollinators act like crackheads over. So I highly recommend this in any Western or low water style garden. All right guys, so we have the oranges, we have the purples, we have pinks on the outside, and now we're gonna add another diamond of pink right along this back area, and we're going to do so with these wonderful Monrovia Mirage Hot Pink Autumn Sage. Like, bro, who comes up with these names? Like, dude, if crayons could have multiple like words in their color, that would definitely go off. So we have 2 different types. This one is the Mirage Rose Bicolor. So this one is 2-tone, so it's a little white and pink. So we're gonna make 2 double triangles and form 1 diamond of pink right over here along this back area in front of my Vitex tree to really start to fill in all the gaps with color. So let's see how it turns out and get to dig it. Oh, there's a stink bug that just landed on the camera. Oh my God, that is disgusting. Please get off, please get off. Oh shit, dude, if that would have sprayed me, it would have been a wrap, guys. All right, let's get to planting. All right, this is Salvia greggii. So I've planted these in different parts of my garden. Despite the fancy names that these plant companies want to put on stuff, this is a Salvia greggii, and it truly is a Texas native. So it's found in the Southwest Texas and Chihuahuan deserts. So it's super cool that this is a true Texas native that I'm growing here in Texas. It's beneficial to butterflies, hummingbirds, and of course, it has amazing pink flowers. Now this guy can grow in zones 7 through 9, needs very little water, which is awesome, and it looks good as well. Grows 2 to 3 feet tall. This particular one might be about 18 inches. All right guys, so we pretty much have this whole area done for the day. I still have a giant gap that I do need to fill in over time. However, I'm just out of on sale plants to fill in these areas with, but I still have 2 fruit trees, the giant crossvine, a couple more salvias, and the coreopsis. So that is the mission now, is to locate some of these dudes, and we'll start off where we have been, and that is with the flowers for round 2 of upgrading my other beds with these half-off plants. All right, there we go, guys. Look, mind the gap. This coreopsis goes right here. We have some Mexican sages, which have purple flowers, so the yellow, purple, it's like an LSU color combination. And then maybe in front, we'll put a couple of those nice midnight perps as well, but this will work for the coreopsis. All right, so we're throwing in this nice spherical coreopsis. There are a bunch of different types and cultivars of coreopsi. I've grown them, and they definitely look super good and do really well in my environment. I mean, this is one that I previously planted, and it is going off. It's had a ton of flowers and is still pushing more, so grow them, zones 4 through 9. And all right guys, so for the final aspect of this video, we're gonna put in the fruit trees in the giant vine. And the first Satsuma, sorry, can you guys see my eyes? Does that make it better? Eye contact, here you go. Anyways, we're gonna put the Satsuma right up against the house. That way, if it does get super cold, it can stay warm via the heat of the house. And also it's right by the water, so I can baby it over time. So we're gonna dig a small hole and get the Satsuma in the ground. All right, this might sound weird to you guys, but I was happy that this tree was snapped in half because instead of being a giant tree, it can be an orange shrub, which I prefer. The smaller, the better in my case with my limited space. Now, Satsumas grow in zones 9 to 11, maybe can survive up to 15 degrees, but we shall see. All right, guys, fantabulous. So we have the Satsuma in the ground, and I'm gonna throw in this small olive tree. And I don't think olive trees need the most moisture. I could be wrong. I'm literally just going off intuition. This dude was only $6, or excuse me, $5. So I figured I would throw it in front of all these deciduous apple trees and my persimmon tree. This is an evergreen. That way when they lose their leaves in the winter, this dude will kind of block off the barren area of the yard. So it gets 8 to 10 feet tall, so it won't take up too much space. So I figure it going right here in this little bed will be perfect. Okay, so this is the Arbequina olive, aka the black olives that you throw on pizza. So I'm very excited to see this guy grow and to get some food from it. It survives down to 22 degrees Fahrenheit and looks cool. And the last, guys, the final plant of today is going to be the crossvine. And y'all saw, I put up this giant waffle looking trellis thingy majigger. I don't really know the technical term for this. But I threw up this nice lattice work. There it is, the lattice. I threw up this lattice work, and now it is time to plant this crossvine where it can entangle, create a nice covering of the fence and hopefully flower. Now it is going to be in a shady environment. It kind of likes full sun, but dude, it was half off, so who really cares? And if it can start creeping over the fence, it'll start suckling off the sunlight that the neighbors get, and I'll reap the benefits. So let's go ahead and put this dude in for the win. All right, this is the Bignonia capreolata. So I previously have planted a cross vine in my native vine video. This is native to Texas. It grows in zones 6 all the way through 9 and has amazing flowers that hummingbirds and butterflies absolutely love. Early nectar source for those guys, so I would recommend growing it. I am shoveling it in between this lattice work, and hopefully it will take off. Even though it's in a more shady space, there's only one way to find out, and that is to try, my guys. And there it is, man. The cross vine is in the ground, and this video is over with. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. If you did enjoy the video, please smash that like button. It definitely helps me out, especially because this is only a year-old fledgling of a channel. So please be sure to show us some love. Drop a comment, any advice, any words of wisdom, any plant suggestions. I am all ears and all open to receiving those. And yeah, man, thanks again for watching. Definitely check out the sales section because you never know when you can catch them slipping, and upgrade your garden for a fraction of the price that would normally cost. Obviously, if you have the opportunity, grow stuff from seed for the cheapest rates, and to truly see something grow from the ground up. But if you can't do that like me, or you just see some things that you don't have seed for, go ahead and grab it in that sales section. But until next time, you guys, man, remember, Earth is my planet. Earth is my planet. See y'all soon. Peace. Killing these songs, leaving a bloody life I roost to. And I'm in it to win it, so I'm somebody that you should get used to.